Do it for the love. Basically, it's kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation for music. So we bring people with advanced stages of life-threatening illness, and children and adults with special needs, and wounded veterans to see any live concert that they want to see by any artist in North America, in any city. So the show this afternoon was a benefit for that, and we raised over $10,000. In our soul rocker family, which is kind of you're all part of that, by the way, which is kind of our loosely connected family of friends in music. We have this saying, which is, do something badass for somebody else. So I want to thank you all for doing something very extremely badass for a lot of people today. And earlier before the show, we have somebody who's part of our Do It for the Love recipient who's here tonight. And I want to introduce Brenda. She, 6 weeks ago, found out she has stage 4 lung cancer. And she was raised here in Alaska. And 2 years ago, my son, Ade, who's 18, went to the doctor for a routine checkup, and we found out he was diagnosed with a very rare kidney disease called FSGS. And by the time he found out, he had already lost 50% of his kidney function. And the worst thing you could ever imagine as a parent is that you might outlive your own kid. And so every day we'd be sitting in our couch in our house and we'd be wondering, like, how are we gonna get through this? It's like the hardest time that we've ever faced, the most challenging time. But what started to happen, there started to be these little moments of light. You know, right when I'd feel the most down, my son would come up to me, he'd give me a kiss on the cheek, or he'd give me an extra hug, or somebody would say an extra "I love you" in our house.
Brenda, I love you!
What we thought in our house was going to completely rip our family apart, because it ripped our hearts open. It ended up actually bringing our family closer together. And right now, it's an incredibly challenging time for all of us in the world as individuals. It's an incredibly challenging time for all of us as families just trying to get by. An incredibly challenging time for us as a nation family trying to learn to become closer together. And an incredibly challenging time for us as a planet family. And this song is just a gentle reminder that when we moved closer together, when we move closer together, when we reach out to people who are different than us, or look different, or sound different, or have a different political viewpoint, when we reach out across nations, across genders, across sexuality, when we do that, that's how we all rise up.
Fuck yeah!
This is a song that I wrote for my son Ade, and I want to sing it for you tonight, Brenda, and for anybody else who's out there.
Dance your ass off, Brenda!
It ain't up to you. You always think it's gonna happen to another person, and it's never, ever gonna happen. You got your friends, you got your money, you got your family, you got your honey, and you got a million days, and life comes along, knocks you right down to the ground. And that's why I say that everybody ought to hug somebody at least once a day. Everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Woo! Everybody's gonna miss somebody at least once a day. And everybody gotta love somebody ever. And we all will rise up. We all will rise up. We all will rise up. We all will rise up.
Fuck yeah!
We all will rise up. We're gonna rise up.
Rise. I heard the purpose of life is to live a life full of purpose. So don't ever take for granted what the Spirit has given you. In the first verse, you might never get a second verse. This ain't rehearsal, you can't put it in reverse. So just believe in yourself. Don't let nobody being negative tell you what to do. 'Cause I know in this sweet, sweet life that just as much is true. Hey, hey. Everybody ought to hug somebody at least once a day. And everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Everybody's gonna miss somebody at least once a day. And everybody gotta love somebody every day. And we all will rise up. 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 We all will rise up. We're gonna rise up, rise up, rise. So don't you worry what nobody says. Hold your head up and beyond the grave. It doesn't matter if you fall today. Just get up, get up, get up now. We rise up, we rise up, we rise. We rise up, we rise up, we rise. 'Cause everybody ought to hug somebody at least once a day. Everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Everybody's gonna miss somebody at least once a day. And everybody gotta love somebody. Put your hands up high, y'all. We all will rise up. 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 We gonna rise up, rise up, rise. 'Cause everybody ought to hug somebody at least once a day. Go ahead and hug somebody. Everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Everybody's gonna miss somebody at least once a day. And everybody gotta love somebody every day. And we all will rise up.
We all will rise up. We all will rise up. We all will rise up. We all will rise up. We all will rise up. We all will rise up.
Put your hands out, here we go. Come on, y'all. Everybody ought to hug somebody at least once a day. Everybody ought to kiss somebody at least once a day. Everybody's gonna miss somebody at least once a day. Everybody gotta love somebody every day. Give somebody a hug. Give it up for Brenda.